Victor Tango Mike Sierra Lima, Mumbai ground. Contact Mumbai Tower on 119.1.
Changing to Mumbai Tower on 119.1. Victor Tango Mike Sierra Lima.
Mumbai ground. Victor Tango Sierra Sierra Mike on 121.9. Pre-flight radio check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How do you read?
Victor Tango Sierra Sierra Mike, Mumbai ground. Contact Mumbai Tower on 119.1.
Changing to Mumbai Tower on 119.1. Victor Tango Sierra Sierra Mike.
Mumbai ground. Victor Tango Hotel Echo Mike on 121.9.
Tower.
Readability check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How do you read?
Victor Tango Hotel Echo Mike, Mumbai ground. Contact Mumbai Tower on 119.1.
Changing over to Mumbai Tower on 119.1. Victor Tango Hotel Echo Mike.
So Hemant, what are you doing here? Are you writing and speaking or speaking and writing?
Writing and speaking.
So what is the instruction given to you? Speak
slower.
Speak slower. So even though you're writing and speaking, still there is a little here and there where, if there's a bad day, then it could magnify. The error could magnify in the way you're sounding. Although it's very minute, but you never know, right? So the continuity is very better, very good compared to the last time. So I'm very happy. No worries there, but still a hint of you writing and you speaking and writing or doing both things at the same time. Slight microsecond something is what I've analyzed. If you compare Muskan's call, Suchita's call, and your call, there's a slight difference in that, but it's tremendous development. So that is good. I think you're going in the right direction. Just try to be a little more conscious about it.
Yes, sir. Affirm.
Who's calling affirm now? Who said it affirm, Hemant?
It was me, sir.
Sorry?
It was me, sir.
So how would I know it's you? It's still...
Affirm Victor Tango Hotel Echo.
Exactly. See, these little things is where we will miss out on in the exam. These little tiny things, students. I want you all to be super confident that you are aware what you're doing here. And what are we doing? We are having crystal clear communication. So our call signs are as important as other person's call sign. And there's so much more. Very warm welcome, students. Very good morning, good noon, good afternoon. I think everyone is in India today, so no more other time of the day. So good calls, but good response while saying changing too. But nobody changed and did the readability check with Tower, or nobody raised the station of Tower. I was waiting for that. So Muskan could have done it, Suchita could have done it, Hemant could have done it. Maybe they were just waiting for some time because I was speaking a little fast. Now, students, are you writing the calls? The calls that I gave you, the calls we were making? No? If yes, then you would have realized my replies were very fast because I was not writing. That's why Muskan's response was a little delayed, but she covered it up well. So, very good morning, students. What's happening? How are you feeling? And what's on your mind? So I know Muskan is here. I know Suchita is here. I know Hemant is here. बाकी सब लोग क्या कर रहे हो? किधर है सब लोग? What's happening? No noise? No hi, hello. How are you? How am I? No readability checks. And even after so much of sarcasm, no response. What's happening? I'm talking to all those students who have not done a check. You all know if a question is asked to you, you have to respond within 5 to 10 seconds. And you're not doing it.
Mumbai ground, Victor Tango, Romeo Alpha, November, on 121.90, pre-flight radio check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How do you read?
Station calling Mumbai ground. Say again, call sign.
I say again, Victor Tango, Romeo Alpha, November.
Victor Tango Romeo Alpha November, Mumbai ground. Contact Mumbai Tower on 119.1.
Changing to Mumbai Tower on 119.1. Victor Tango Romeo Alpha November. Mumbai Tower, Victor Tango Romeo Alpha November, on 119.1. Radiability check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How do you read?
Victor Tango Romeo Alpha November, Mumbai Tower. Read you 5. Stand by.
Standing by, Victor Tango Romeo Alpha November.
Here, Rani, your call was amazing. But what is the rule number 1 when we give a read back, or reply or an acknowledgement? Any information, instruction, or clearance given to you should be said as received. So, information given to you was read you 5. So that you had to read back before you acknowledge standing by. That little thing could cost us anything. So why are we not aware about it? See these things, students. When we are trying to be conscious about one new thing, we might forget these little things. A read back is very important. Although Rani, amazing call, amazing confidence, great rate of speech, great clarity. But your read back has a technical flaw there where you did not give me a read back of read you 5. Any information, instruction, clearance. Write this down, students. Rule, thumb of rule. Any information, instruction, clearance given to you by a traffic controller should be read back as received as your first thing in your reply. Then you will acknowledge any instruction given to you, like standby, so standing by, and then you will end with your call sign. It's a simple way to do it. I'm giving it to you, students, in writing also. I'm pointing out these things for you. So we cannot afford to miss this. I don't mind it's a tiny error, but then on a bad day, it could magnify. Your examiners would judge you on these little things only. I don't know why we call it little. Generally, the idea behind calling it little is that it's easy. But I think when we call it little, students, generally I've seen that students tend to crave for more complicated things, but they don't understand that the training is making complicated things easy for us. So you should believe that. So I hope everybody is learning from these little experiences. Hemant forgot his call sign. Rani just didn't give me one read back, although the reply was amazing. So who will tell me whether the readability was 5 or not? No surety. So I would think that Rani did not receive my readability reply. So maybe there's connection error. So the connection is not clear. Now that's my understanding on the receiver side, on the transmitter side. But is that an issue? No. Maybe Rani heard, maybe she didn't hear, but I said it. So see, a lot will happen when other people who are proficient with RT will communicate with you. They will realize, and your examiners are experts, right? They have been doing the same thing again and again, again and again, again and again. But overall, good. But I want you all to be perfect. Students, kindly acknowledge. Sorry. Acknowledge Rani. Acknowledge Hemant. I want you all to talk to me. Come on. Acknowledge. Samajh rahe, nahi samajh. Are you getting it? Are you not getting it? Will you do it? Will you not do it? I need that affirmation from you all. Quick.
Affirm, sir. Victor Tango Romeo Alpha November.
Affirm Victor Tango Hotel Echo.
Rani, explain. Why did you not give me a read back there? After that, Hemant, explain. Why did you not give your call sign? Quick. Rani, 5-second rule.
I forgot, sir.
No problem. Will you remember from now on?
Affirm, sir.
Very good. Hemant,
Sir, I missed it, sir.
why did you miss it, Hemant? 5-second rule, Hemant.
Sir, it didn't strike.
So how are you going to make sure it strikes in the exam?
With practice, I'll make sure I am.
What practice? What practice? Everything right here, right now. What practice are you talking about? We have been practicing. Say something that you're doing right now.
Is that from now? I'll.
But why do you think? What was the cause? See, Rani explained she forgot. It's simple. So she'll recollect it before giving a call.
Is that it didn't strike in my mind? Like.
So how would it naturally strike in your mind? Have you hired someone to strike things in your mind when you're giving an exam? Is there a guardian angel like that, small, sitting on your shoulder? Yes or no?
No, sir. I'll.
Then how will it strike? It's a simple question. How will it strike? When you're conscious about it. When you're conscious about it while taking a call, before you take the call, you frame the call in your mind. You check whether you're doing the right thing or not. That's how you strike it. Purposeful. Students, when we are intelligent, we rely too much on our subconscious picking up things. But when we are in a chaotic world where we are doing so much that we already are, because we are smart kids, your mind might not have that tendency to automatically grab these little things that we have been mistaking again and again, again and again, again and again. That's where you need conscious effort. That's how you develop intelligence. Now, for how long will you depend upon your natural intelligence? Let's say your natural intelligence is great and you have reached a point, let's say through your natural intelligence, FYI, just an approximation and hypothetical situation. Let's say your natural intelligence is making you make 10 lakhs a month right now. Do you think that's the peak? Do you think you cannot reach above that? Above that, you can develop your intelligence by learning new things and consciously training your mind until the time that your mind makes it naturally acceptable. So you need to do the conscious effort there so that you can go to your next level from 10 lakh to 20 lakh then. Just a random example I'm giving you right now. So don't settle for where you are thinking you are very high right now. That could actually result into complacency. And complacency is one of the biggest enemies of safety in aviation. That's why we do read back, to avoid complacency. That's the direct relation between RT and what I'm talking about right now. That's why we do read back, and everybody knows the importance of read back right now. If you understand these here, you will understand it everywhere. Now, who will acknowledge? Am I talking for myself?
Affirm Victor Tango Hotel Echo.
Only Hemant, Muskan, and Suchita are doing it?
Affirm Victor Tango November India Sierra. Affirm Victor Tango Yankee Yankee.
अफर्म नहीं चाहिए सिर्फ बच्चा लोग मेरे को अभी कुछ बोल रहे हो तो मेरे को रीड बैक चाहिए अच्छा आई नीड अ प्रॉपर sentence turned into RT as an acknowledgement will co-type will remember to give read back Victor Tango so and so something or the other what have you learned now rephrase it and make it into an RT call quickly get done with it you're just delaying the mock right now students
Wilco will always give a read back. Victor Tango Yankee Yankee Zulu.
very good Likit very nice that's all I want but you have to write the call also बच्चा पार्टी क्या चल रहा है बाकी लोग क्या कर रहे हैं नींद से उठे नहीं हो क्या तुम लोग I don't understand why is nobody else talking. You all know, right? I cannot see you all, and your voice is the only way I would know. And I want your voice right now. When we start, I want to hear everyone speak at least one call. Don't you remember the students?
Mumbai ground, Victor Tango Mike Sierra Lima.
विक्टर
Will
एंगो माइक सियरा लिमा आपको टावर को कांटेक्ट करने बोला था फिर से ग्राउंड को कांटेक्ट कर रहे हो प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड
Mumbai Tower, Victor Tango Mike Sierra Lima on 119.1 will always acknowledge
acknowledge what Muskan
ATC replies the readbacks. Victor Tango Mike Sierra Lima.
तो क्या था वो रिप्लाई बीच में ऐसा आधा अधूरा रिप्लाई समझ नहीं आया थोड़ा
Mumbai Tower, Victor Tango Mike Sierra Lima on 119.1 will always acknowledge ATC readbacks as received.
we don't acknowledge readbacks we give readbacks to instructions information and clearances given to us we acknowledge instructions we acknowledge everything but before acknowledge we give a readback see students you're not writing the statement carefully I don't know how else to feed it in your mind it's been 15 minutes I've been doing the same thing and I'm not getting perfection here nobody wrote that I've said that thing I think 100 times right now a readback has to be given to any information, any instruction or clearance. And then you'll acknowledge and then you'll end with your call sign. These are the 3 takeaways right now from this practice. Muskan, why are you mixing things? The more pressure I'll put on you, the more performance should change. Is that what we have been taught? We have been taught irrespective of whatever pressure we have, our performance should not change.
Affirm Victor Tango Mike Sierra Lima.
Sridhar, Niharika, Karishma, Pooja, Prerit, Sanya,
Mumbai ground, Victor Tango November India Hotel will always give readback of information, clearance received by ATC. Victor Tango, November, India, Hotel.
A good try, Niharika. Good try. Okay. Sane, are you there? Prerit, are you there? Pooja, are you there? Karishma, are you there? Sridhar, are you there? Nishant, I think you spoke, right?
Affirm
Sir,
Victor
Victor.
Tango, November, India, Sierra.
So what's wrong with you guys and girls? Like, why you're troubling me so much by not giving a call, not giving a verbal acknowledgement? Why do I have to like say again and again to make everybody speak?
Sir, there was background noise from my side.
That is
I
not an
acknowledge.
excuse. That is not an excuse. In aviation, there will be background noise all the time. So what? At least मेरे यहाँ से नहीं आ रहा है ना, वो matter करता है ना. If there is a background noise from my side, I want you all to know let me know the first thing, because from my side, it's a bad thing because I'm giving you too many instructions. And it came in very late. The damage was done. Huh? Excuses. People will judge you like that only, students. सबने गलती किया है तो प्रेरित को क्यों सिर्फ मिलेगा? What about others? अबे कुछ तो बोलो यार, आगे कैसे बढ़ेंगे? Unless you have a throat infection or you cannot talk, I understand. Let me know.
Mumbai ground, Victor Tango Sierra Alpha November, will always give readbacks of information, instruction, and clearances.
In our replies before we acknowledge and then end with our call sign. See students, इतना पुश करने के बाद आंसर इतना आ रहा है, सोचो आपको कितना पुश करना पड़ेगा खुद को. If me pushing you so much is helping you come up with partial answer, imagine how much you'll have to push yourself. Are you pushing yourself in the right direction? See, the sessions that I give you are not lectures, they are study sessions if you have forgotten. We study while we are attending a class. Only rarely I'll give you quick lectures where I'll just teach you things and ask you to, okay, you study through your notes. Otherwise, we study in the class. So we need to show that improvement in the class. How often do you get a study session like that these days? बचपन में होता था, private education में होता है, one-on-one में होता है. We are getting one-on-one in a collective class and you're not making the best out of it. Then you say, I need more practice, or you're not practicing, you're not taking live lectures. I don't understand that then. You don't do as you're told, and then you don't believe also that, I don't understand this. Do we have any questions before we start with the mock? If I stop caring, students, then I can do that. It will make my job much more easier. If I'll stop caring. You know, every other instructor who will be teaching for me, or if I teach as an instructor somewhere else, we are on the clock. 2 hours, you have to finish this much of syllabus. So we cannot waste time like this. Me willing to and me making you study like this is the reason I have to take my own sessions and not for anyone else, because nobody will allow. Nobody will allow. Nobody allows. But what are you doing? What are you doing out of it? I have to force you to make the best out of it. Like, I don't understand. We all are so smart. And still you will make such errors and then not be conscious about it and not push yourself. Now remember, everybody has the list of airline call signs, airline codes. Who doesn't? Who's not having it? I think there was a screenshot shared with you all. Suchita, can you tell me what's the call sign for AirAsia? Who can tell me what's the call sign for AirAsia?
Sir, it's India 5 Red Knight.
India 5 Red Knight.
Tango Hotel.
हेमंत ने फाइनली याद रखा. Okay. Red Knight or Red Cap?
Night. Victor Tango Mike Sierra Lima.
Sir, but now it's a doubt. So, but now AirAsia is under AIX, right? So, is there any change in the call sign? AirAsia.
There is. So AirAsia India is different and AirAsia is different. It's like that. So AirAsia and AirAsia, the Indian subsidiary. So I think that's the difference between the two. So I think AirAsia is Red Knight. Let's cross check. Students, share your thoughts. Prerit, share your thoughts.
Sir, Air Asia India is Red Knight. Victor Tango Papa Romeo Tango.
And what's the 2-letter code?
Sir, India 5.
Tanya, do you have those notes?
Form, sir. Sir, it's India 5 and Red Knight.
No questions, students? Muskan, any question? You're number 1 for mock.
Negative. Victor Tango Mike Sierra Lima.
Students think Hemant and Prerit, you will be next in line for mock. Do you have any doubts?
Negative. Tango Hotel.
Negative, sir. Victor Tango Papa Romeo Tango.
Hemant, I need you to be loud and confident in your replies. That was not an adequate reply.
Negative. Victor Tango Hotel Echo Mike.
Just a joke. Like it seemed like you are attending your in-law, you're visiting your in-laws for the first time. You're that shy in your call. I don't know why I got that reference in my mind. Pooja, I don't understand. What do you mean? We have started the session. We are learning. So I don't understand what your message means. Students, whoever is thinking this is time pass, tell it to my face. Sir, time pass mat karao. Seriously. So you all know the drill. Student giving the mock will be on unmute. We'll simulate a blind experience. So I'll also be blind. We all have to write the call and you will also compare it with your own calls. And it would be advisable if you share with me, but up to you. Now that everybody is acting so stubborn, I'm not going to push you all ahead. Choice is yours. You want to study, you don't want to study. You want to attend, you don't want to attend. I'm not going to follow you around anymore. If you reach out to me, I'll reply. Otherwise, don't tell me. I'm sacrificing a lot to be able to give you this experience. And just not my sacrifice, other students' sacrifice also. Where is it? Where's the paper? Be very careful. Read the question paper carefully. Read the flight plan twice. Don't worry about the time. Read questions carefully. Don't skip questions. Keep continuing to answer till you're told to go to the next question. And yeah, use your skills and techniques. Don't panic and think twice before answering. Go sweet, go smooth. What really happens is that if your calls are perfect, then your time would actually be in abundance. Like you'll save a lot of time. You'll not make errors. So read carefully. If a question looks very simple, then read carefully with respect to the question and read other information and see if there's any application in your calls for these things. It's very important that we are very careful because hints will be there here and there. Right? So be very careful. And you all know, I would always waste, in your words, waste some time before I can directly give you a mark, because that's the realistic experience we need to simulate. You need to be distracted from your final prep. So you'll do a final prep and go for the exam, but then the pressure, the peer pressure, the exhaustion, the heat, God knows what else, the hunger, the travel anxiety, I'm late, whatever it is that you're going through will come in between your prep. Okay? So that should not change our performance. Make sure you log it carefully, all right? So let's imagine that Victor Tango Mike Sierra Lima and all your names are called out in the exam room. I'm just confirming if everybody's name is taken. If not, just verbally tell me. Likith, Niharika, Suchita, Sridhar, Nishant, Pooja, Sanya, Hemant, Muskan, Priyanka, I think is not here. Prerit, Om. Did I miss anyone's name? Please verbally talk to me about it. All right. So, Muskan, ready?
Affirm, Victor Tango Mike Sierra Lima.
Victor Tango Kilo Alpha Romeo, Mumbai ground. Go ahead.
Sir, you haven't taken my name.
Karishma, remember to reply within 5 to 10 seconds, not so late. And whenever I'm saying students, I need verbal acknowledgement, just go ahead. You don't need to raise your hand. This is RT, we are practicing. So yeah, fine. Thank you, Karishma. I've put in. Very good. Timely. You came
Affirm,
on
sir.
time. Delay हो जाता, but ठीक है. So on your mark, jet set, go. Check your spam, check your promotions. Got it, Muskan?
Negative, Victor Tango Mike Sierra Lima.
Why not? Come on, quick. Refresh.
Got it, sir.
You can start transmitting.
Transmitting question number 1. Kolkata ground. Red Knight 19er 25. Stand 2. IFR Kolkata to Khajuraho. Flight level 330. Correction. VFR till Patna. Flight level 140. Thereafter, IFR till Khajuraho. Flight level 300. Passengers on board 120. Information Bravo. Special handling. Hospital on board. Request priority startup. Kolkata ground. Red Knight 19er 25.
Red Knight 19er 25. Kolkata ground. Startup not approved.
Startup not approved. Request reason.
Station calling Kolkata ground. Say again call sign.
Kolkata ground. Red Knight 1925. I say again. Call sign. Red Knight 1925.
Red Niner, correction, Red Knight 1925. Kolkata ground. Go ahead.
Kolkata ground. Red Knight 1925. Startup not approved. Request reason.
Startup not approved due RVR 2000. Kolkata ground.
Startup not approved due RVR 2000. Special handling. Hospital emergency on board. Request startup for special VFR flight.
Go to next question.
Transmitting question number 2 alpha. Kolkata Tower, Red Knight 1925, holding short runway 32, VFR till Patna, flight level 140. Thereafter, IFR till Khajuraho, flight level 300. Special handling, hospital emergency on board. Request Departure clearance.
Red Knight 1925. Kolkata Tower. After departure, maintain runway heading runway 32 4,000 feet. Thereafter, turn right for radial 340. One five DME or more. Thereafter, climb flight level 70, turn left for radial 315, report reaching.
After departure, maintain runway heading runway 32 4,000 feet. Thereafter, turn right for radial 340 15 DME or more. Thereafter, climb flight level 70, turn left for radial 315, Wilco, Red Knight 1925.
Go to next question.
Kolkata Tower, Red Knight 1925, climbing 4,000 feet, maintaining runway heading runway 32.
Roger. Kolkata Tower.
Kolkata Tower, Red Knight 1925, 4,000 feet, turning right to intercept radial 340, 05 DME.
Red Knight 1925. Kolkata Tower. Roger.
Kolkata Tower, Red Knight 1925, radial 340, leaving 4,000 feet for flight level 70.
Red Knight 1925, Kolkata Tower. Roger.
Kolkata Tower, Red Knight 1925, flight level 70, turning left to intercept radial 315.
Go to next question.
Transmitting question number 3 alpha. Patna approach, Red Knight 1925, position report, Red Knight 1925, 1100 over Patna, radial 135, 35 DME, inbound Patna, Whiskey 52, estimating Patna 1110, Ibusu 1120, BT 1140, ETA Khajuraho 1200, cancelling VFR, changing to IFR, request climb to flight level 300.
Go to next question.
Transmitting question number 3, Bravo. Kolkata radio, copy Delhi radio, Red Knight 1925, FIR report, Red Knight 1925, over Kolkata, Delhi, FIR boundary, radial 086 20 DME, inbound Varanasi, Whiskey 44, flight level 300, changing to Delhi radio.
Go to next question.
Transmitting question number 4, Alpha. Pan, 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 pan. Varanasi control, Red Knight 1925, 55 DME, inbound Khajuraho, experiencing number 2 engine failure, would like to do emergency landing at Khajuraho, Whiskey 33, aircraft Boeing 737 Heavy, hospital emergency on board, request firefighter services and emergency medical assistance on arrival.
Go to next question.
Transmitting question number 4, Bravo. Khajuraho Tower Red Knight 1925 05 nautical miles from runway 32 on long finals runway 32 experiencing downdraft lose 300 feet unable to maintain safe glide path climbing 300 feet for minimum safe altitude initiating misapproach and go around procedure request further instructions.
Okay, Muskan, time's up. Submit your paper.
Sir, I'm submitting it via WhatsApp.
Yeah, no problem. I remember. Someone's missing from class. Who? I think Niharika. So Muskan, how was the experience?
Sir, a little bit nervous.
Mm-hmm. Please continue talking. Victor Tango, Mike Sierra Lima. Students, please hear my instructions carefully. Today, I told you all that I need verbal acknowledgements. I don't need your hands raised and I don't need your chats on Zoom. I need verbal acknowledgement. So when I was asking about whose email I have not called upon, that's when I was asking for verbal acknowledgement. verbal. I was not looking at the screen. These little instructions, situational awareness. And if I have to text anything in during between a mock, do it on the handheld device that I have. That is the WhatsApp that we use for communications. So these little instructions are very important. Mike Sierra Lima, I'm talking to you. You are on mute. Please continue talking. How was the experience?
Sir, experience was overall good. I made silly mistakes, sir.
Please continue talking.
In first call, the flight rules was Zulu, and first I say IFR. There I said correction and corrected that. Then in question number 1, in a read back, I missed my call sign. Startup not approved. In question number 3, sir, it was delay, so I didn't mention that delay. Delay of 0015 minutes. Yes, sir, overall experience was good. Don't know what I did, sir.
Prerit, I'll be asking you once Mike Sierra Lima has done telling me about it. So Muskan, just read, tell me more a little bit. Five-second rule. Why are you not following that, students? You practice 5 seconds so that in exams you can give 10 seconds.
In question number 3, alpha, I'm not sure what I did. I give position report. I didn't understand what to do, so I give position report. Rest, I think I have did good everything. And so question number 5, I know all the answers, but time was up.
Why do you think time was up?
Because in question number 1, because of the question number 1 only. Where I missed my call sign and then the relay was long.
Okay. Anything else?
Negative. Victor Tango Mike Sierra Lima.
Muskan, check if all your notes have been uploaded. Check your WhatsApp. See if anything is in sending or uploaded. So generally you are required to send it as a reply to the email, or you can send it here if you have issues there. Read it?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I have shared everything. All the logs are sent.
Check. Prerit, share your thoughts.
Yes, sir. Experience was overall good. Sir, in question number 1, I think she missed.
What is your learning? What is your learning?
Sir, it was good.
Students, even if you're spotting any mistake, you have to convert that into your learning and give me your feedback. Remember that. It's not your first session, students. That's the real application. Hemant?
Sir, the experience was nice. And yeah, in the first question, she missed the call
What
sign.
am I talking to Prerit about? And how are you replying? Are you not listening, Hemant?
Sir, and in the fourth question, I think it has to be a Mayday call.
What is your takeaway? The sentence should start, this is what I've learned from this mock. And then you go ahead with that. Try to do it, students. We're not following instructions. Hemant, come on, yeah.
Sir,
Prerit is taking time. I'm asking you, you're repeating the same mistake that he did.
to frame the answer before we write, and read the chart properly and take some time, frame the answers in our mind, and
This is
think
very
and-
generic. No, I was specific to the question paper. Nishant, your takeaway. I'm coming back to you all.
Sir, my takeaway from her mock was like because of the call sign mistake, she lost time in question number 1. Because
What
of which
you're still observing as an examiner. What was your takeaway? Your takeaway was
yes, sir, my takeaway was
learning her performance was your takeaway? No.
no, sir. Sir, my takeaway was like because she lost time in question number 1, she was
Why
not able
she
to.
lost time? No. Because we all know, because you're still not referring it well. You're not listening, students. Sanya?
So in fourth question, Bravo, actually, for me, I got a revision of this part, downdraft question, lost 300 feet. So this was a revision for me. It was good. So.
Just one takeaway? Well said, of course. I appreciate it. Just one? Playing it safe? I don't mind. At least you have done the needful. Pooja, can you talk? Suchita, your takeaway?
So in question number 3 alpha, where there is a delay of 15 minutes. So there I was thinking if we could mention our revised estimates and ETA. Because
Very good. Exactly, students. It's a simple situation. If there is a delay mentioned, then you'll just mention your time as per whatever approximates you had given earlier in your calls. If then you'll add 15 minutes to your time over Patna. From there, you will just mention the words revised estimates, then waypoints and control boundaries and revised ETA. You just have to use the word revised there and you get all points. Carry on, Suchita.
And mentioning of the change to IFR from VFR was also important in this call because over Patna it was changing. But when I was thinking about this call, I could not think of this because that instantly did not came to me. And in question number 4, I could not write the starting part of it. So I don't know if she made a Mayday call or Pan call because I was looking at the chart. And
we're not worried about that. We want to know what was your takeaway here.
Yes, my takeaway was I was not focusing on the question. Like I should have read the chart before only, but because I was looking there, so I could not write that part.
So what was your confusion here?
Confusion for question number 4.
Yeah. What are you trying to say? What confused you? Pan or Mayday?
No, sir, not that. But I could not write it as what I was saying. Like I missed that part.
Why? So what's your takeaway there?
Takeaway is that I felt it was a little fast for me, so I missed that part. Just that.
What was fast for you?
When she started saying giving the call, I was not able to grasp that, and I just only wrote what I heard after like Varanasi control.
So can we say you lost a little bit of situational awareness there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Still, you may had to mention her, but you did really well with respect to how I'm requiring you to perceive. So very good. Good job there. Likit, quick.
So my takeaway is I always choose a call sign. And in case of engine failure, we could use Mayday instead of pan.
Single
And
engine without fire is pan. Single engine with fire is Mayday. Dual engine is Mayday. So pan is right over here. Carry on, Likit.
and in question number 4, Bravo, I think it could have been more direct. So,
You're thinking it could have been more direct. Okay, I don't understand what you mean by that.
means
Like a more small and to the point is what you're trying to say. Like short,
sir.
like smooth. Yeah, I understand what you're trying to say. Okay, good. Sridhar, can you talk?
Yes, sir. Sir, so from my side, the paper was good. I could have attempted all the questions. So my major takeaway is to minimize the mistake in question number 1, so it won't give me any time pressure ahead. That's it,
Very
sir.
good, Sridhar. Very smart, very sweet, very nice. Thinking just how I would have thought about it, the first feedback. Very good. Karishma, your takeaway? Has disconnections. Okay, so we'll be taking a break at 1330 and we'll resume directly at 1400. Half an hour break. Please enjoy your lunch. If you're done with your lunch, then just do something. The session is on. You can just rejoin. Okay, I'm not closing it. 2 o'clock we'll do with the next mock, and Prerit, you will be doing the next mock. Not Hemant, but you. So we'll be doing the mock quick now that we are done with the initial one. Students who have jobs, who cannot attend this mock, it's fine if you're missing it. Just let me know so that I don't wait for you. 2 o'clock, I think 2:05 or 2:10 we'll start the paper at max, 25 minutes from there. And let's see how long it takes. So that's the idea. So we'll continue with the feedback once I come back. So that's where we'll take 5-10 minutes and then we'll start with the next mock where I'll give you all the accurate calls. All right, with respect to the situation and personalized feedback, Muskan, you will get there as to notice what mistakes we have done and what could have been avoided. Are the instructions clear, everyone?
Affirm Victor Tango Mike Sierra Lima.
Affirm
All
Victor
right.
Tango Papa Romeo.
Overall, Muskan, a lot of good things and very good. You're going in the right direction and I'm not worried about you. Just listen to the calls when I tell you about the calls and just see what you understand and then acknowledge. There's nothing more I have to say because otherwise it was a very good thing that you have done the way you have done it. I think compared to the beginning, towards the end, you had more confidence in the call. And towards the end, it was amazing. So I can see the beginning hesitation is something that was a hurdle for you, which once crossed, you develop that confidence with practice. And I think now as we go ahead, I'll see that confidence in your first calls itself. So overall, it was a good thing. But yeah, a lot of technical errors, which we'll talk about. When I give you the actual call, you will understand what I'm talking about. But if you could have done so many mistakes, you have done hardly a few mistakes. One place you didn't say niner in place of 9. One place you missed call sign. Rest, almost good is where I would say. I'll just show you the difference between best and good and fill in the gap. And that will be our area of improvement. With that mindset, we'll go ahead and prepare. All right.
Affirm, sir. Victor Tango Mike Sierra Lima.
Please be on time, students. If you're early, then join early and wait. All right. 1400, we are planning to come back. I'll see you. Welcome back, students. We are missing some people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me know if you're back, those who are there in the class.
Affirm, I'm back, sir. Victor Tango, Mike Sierra Lima.
I'm back from lunch.
Affirm I'm back. Victor Tango November India Sierra.
I'm back from lunch, sir. Victor Tango Telegram.
I'm back, sir. Victor Tango Sierra Mike Sierra.
I'm back, sir. Victor Tango Papa Romeo Tango.
Victor Tango Yankee Zulu.
Victor Tango November India Hotel.
Affirm, sir. Victor Tango Romeo Alpha November.
So I think Suchita, Karishma, and okay. Fine. I think everyone is here. So Muskan, any other points you want to share on your experience?
Negative, Victor Tango, Mike Sierra Lima.
Okay. So students, let's quickly solve that paper and then let's go ahead with the next mock. Muskan, you don't have any questions? Okay.
Negative, Victor Tango, Mike Sierra Lima.
All right. So see, students, let's study the flight plan a little bit. We see that we are flying from Kolkata to Varanasi via, correction, Kolkata to Khajuraho, alternate is Varanasi. We see flight rule Zulu, it means VFR first and then Yankee. We have the route. We have other information that gives us our flight levels for VFR, IFR. We know the changeover point from VFR to IFR is Patna. And special handling hospital flight. Okay. We see the question request startup. Here in the startup, we have to mention request startup on priority in the end. So here I could see request priority startup is something, Muskan, you're not sticking to the script. Remember, in your RT, there are things that you have to say the way they are. You don't have to rephrase anything much. So in your effort to do something different, if you are missing out on the keywords, on the standard words and phrases, then it's not going to be helpful to us. So if anyone is thinking that, okay, I need to rephrase the standard words and phrases, that's not really the rephrase that you need to do there. Okay, just saying it out loud so that we are careful and we stick to the script all the time. It's your first call. Think and do the call so that you don't make the mistake. If we tend to make mistake in the first call itself and it gets stretched, it takes a lot of time. That's how it is. A startup call is simple call. Here, because we are expanding and expressing our flight rule Zulu and everything, and we got it incorrect, and we said correction. A huge error in transmission does not require correction. You could have simply said disregard there, Mumbai ground, red knight 19925, disregard, and then started the call again. But when we say correction, then we start from the last correct word that we started saying. That's a rule that we have learned when we have done manual of RT. So stand 2, correction. So you had to start everything actually. This was the first phrase before which you made after which you made an incorrect phrase. So the law of the use of correction states that, ideally, if I have to point it out, then you start with the last correct phrase when you are correcting it. So Kolkata ground, correction. Kolkata ground, red knight 19925. So see, I said correction has started again with Kolkata ground. Again, Kolkata ground, red knight 19925, stand 2. IFR Kolkata to Khajuraho, flights level 300. Correction. Kolkata ground, red knight 19925, stand 2. VFR till Patna, thereafter IFR to Khajuraho. Simple. Keep it simple. Don't need to give extra info that is going to cost us time over there. It's a good thing you're trying to follow the correct thing, but then it's taking a lot of time. Why is it taking a lot of time? Because in every word that you are saying, you are having a gap of 2-3 seconds, 2-3 seconds, 1 second, 2 seconds. So that plus with your lengthy calls is using up a lot of time that we have. So the fluency is good, but because the call is lengthy, and because if you remember, if the first of these sessions, I have been telling that we have to have continuity. We cannot have words and gap and words and gap and words and gap. The gap in all, because our calls are lengthy, or if we make errors, can amount to 1 or 2 or 3 minutes overall. But just 60 seconds, right? 1 minute. So that is also one reason why we could run out of time. And this is what we need to be careful about. So good that you said correction. VFR till Patna, flight level 140, thereafter IFR till. So this thereafter word, we have used a lot. It's costing us a lot of time. Are we using phrases where we can use, are we using abbreviations for maintain, startup? Students, go through the abbreviations once or twice before your sessions and mark the ones that are most commonly coming in our calls and use those abbreviations while writing. So your time is also bought. You can buy a little more time. That's the advantage of using abbreviations. Okay. Flight level 330, passenger on board 120. Here, I could notice the fluency with respect to rate of speech and gaps is not full. Okay. Special handling hospital. You tried to create it in your own words. It was not sounding that great. You don't say special handling. You just say hospital flight. Students, I have given you a debrief, and it's there in your abbreviations also. A debrief for special handling calls. There's a list. If you all don't have this request, I'll try to send it again. In that, the meaning of all words are given to you, special handling calls. You just have to use those words. So here you can simply say hospital flight, request startup on priority, like this. It was a good thing you mentioned information, because I think Kolkata has ATIS or DATIS, but then passenger on board was there. Security check cleared was not mentioned. Here, examiner could play with you and ask you to get the security check done and then, come back and request for startup. The startup call, an easy call where we can score 20 on 20, we cannot make mistakes. This is our first call and we cannot make mistakes here. Here, you should have given at least 5 to 10 seconds for the response, but you were too quick to raise the station again. Because the examiner was confused what you wrote, because he was distracted with something. Maybe he lost his pen, or maybe somebody was cross-talking to him, and he could not interrupt you in between. But you didn't give him much time. You have to give 5 to 10 seconds for a reply, students, before you could raise the station again. So make sure you follow that. Otherwise, the examiner will be like, why are you so fast? Like, who's going to follow ethics? We need to follow ethics. And then the ultimate thing in the examiner's mind was that they would not give you startup. They would tell you RVR is less. And because it's VFR, we would want you to give a special VFR. That's the whole idea behind the call. Premeditated idea was there when question paper was set. So you reached that point, which was very good. But you made so many silly errors which were not required. So startup not approved, request reason. Here you missed the most important thing that I gave you all 15 to 20-minute feedback on when we started the session. See, students, this is why I say don't take it too lightly, these things. Now, it's your first reply. It's your first readback. I asked everybody to verbatim write it, what a readback is. Readback, any instruction, information, clearance given to you as it is, then acknowledge and then end with your call sign. Didn't I spend 20 minutes on this? And still we are making that mistake in our first call, which is costing us everything else. Hemant does that a lot. So I keep telling him, Hemant, come on, come on, come on. Many people do that. Muskan ideally doesn't do it, but she forgets her call signs every now and then. 2-3 areas, Muskan, we have to be making sure that we are avoiding our mistakes. You don't think about the rest of the paper. The question paper was actually very lengthy. That could also influence our level of preparation in our mind. Here, call sign was not there and ATC was giving you a lot of time to reply. I thought it will click, it will click, it will click, it will click. It didn't click, it went beyond 10 seconds, it didn't click. So ATC was compelled to say station calling, Kolkata ground, say again, call sign. Then you said your call sign. Then there was a place where you didn't say niner, I've underlined it. Then I said, go ahead, and good that you continued from where you had left. I like that. Otherwise, you would have made the whole call. That would have cost you a little more time. So I can see a lot of great things happening here in your article. Due RVR 2000, that is unit is meters. Students, remember RVR is in meters or kilometers. So this would be meters. Here, startup not approved. Due RVR 2000. Good readback. Don't mention special handling. Say hospital flight. That is the keyword. Request startup on priority. Request startup on priority. Request special VFR like this. And here also you missed your call sign. 2 times you missed the call sign in just one question. I fly 1925.
Sir, at this end, I was about to say my call sign. I have wrote it and you said go to next question.
Because you took a lot of time. We gave you that much of time. It should be instant. Students, why is it so difficult? Just ask yourselves, why is it so difficult? When you end the call, you just have to use your call sign. Why is it so difficult to remember it, to do it the moment you end your call? Why do you have to wait for 10 seconds to say your call sign? Do you know why we say it call sign?
Because it's our identity.
Dear so and so, I would like to confirm your admission and your scholarship. Here are your details. Thanking you. In the end, we sign every document. That's why it's called call sign that we use in the end. We sign our call by our identity. When I finish my letter that I've given you an example, will I make my sign here or will I make my sign somewhere here? Like, where will I make my sign? Like, why is it so difficult? Why is it so difficult to miss? Why is it so easy to miss and difficult to remember? Ask the question to yourself, students. How many times? How many times? If you keep doing it, then it is a high probability that you will do it in your exam also. This is what we're trying to avoid, right? Okay, we have made a mistake here. We know not to do it. How many times have we made this mistake? Every student makes this mistake in their mock. Are we not learning from that mistake? So if we are not learning, if we're saying yes, 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 but not learning and not applying the learning, what will happen in the exam on the day of the exam? The same error could be repeated, right? But we are not aware. So we blame the examiners, we blame everybody else. We don't realize that these are the errors we did. Every attempt, one student says, sir, examiner gave me a compliment, but I didn't clear. I don't know why. Because you made such errors, silly errors. Errors such simple. But you will not remember it. They will not give us the answer sheet. So there's no proof, right? For me to prove that these are the errors you have made there. But a mock is a proof enough, right? And here you have the eyes of 5-10 people over you, thinking about you, judging you. Maybe they'll make fun of you. So that pressure is intense. So here, should our performance decrease or should our performance increase? It's up for everyone to think, because Muskan is one of the strongest candidates. If she can make a mistake, then anybody can make a mistake. So we have to be careful. And for Muskan, the human factor kick in is too much. She was prepared yesterday. She's giving her mock today. So see, all those things can detach you from your expected performance levels. Should it be like that? It's given on your instruction sheet for the exam. You might be asked to wait for the next day, although it doesn't happen. By the time ATCS said, see, gap was there, it means time was given to you. Simple. So why are we missing? What are we focused upon? Time to think. So 9 minutes, almost 9 minutes, 9 minutes spent just for question number 1. So that's where we see we ran out of time. Chalo, theek hai, it's okay. Question number 1 would hardly get 10 or 12. Fine, understood. Rest other questions we can accurately get marks and get through part 1. But if we are not conscious in our first question, such errors can happen, students, where we'll lose a lot of time. We had 7 minutes from the time that we started. Every question should get not more than 5 minutes. Every question is given you 5 minutes. Every sub question should be 2.5 minutes. That's how 25 minutes will be accounted for 5 questions, 5 minutes each. So learn to understand that, students. Be aware of the situation, which in your case, Muskan, I could see it increasing as you went ahead. So that was a very good sign. But the big question is, why not from the first question itself? So this is one area of improvement where you see not using your call sign, not saying correction properly, or not framing the call in your mind first, not giving enough time to ATC to reply, and not using the keywords and using less words is better. RT is all about less words. Don't stretch your calls, students. It's not required. So try to keep it short. That's the importance of RT. If you have learned RT, then your calls will be short. I don't need grammar. We don't need grammar. Hardly here and there we get grammar here. But overall, good. If you would have not made these mistakes, your call would have been perfect. You would got 20 on 20 because you said special VFR. Request special VFR. Good mention of hospital flight. Request startup on priority. Request special VFR. That's it. Request special VFR. Keywords, students. Don't change it otherwise. Request for special VFR flight. The way we sound it, ATC examiner, the examiner will know that you have not studied. Have you not studied, students? Impossible. You have been studying day and night. So show it off. Show it off. Show your skills. Do the right thing and show your skills off. Prove yourselves there. Muskan, are you following?
Affirm. Victor Tango Mike Sierra Lima.
Now I'm going to read the call out. Please check the timestamp. It's 2 hours, 11 minutes. And from there, you can play back and write it after the session, okay? I'm just going to read it out loud. You might not be able to log it. Kolkata ground, Red Knight 19025, stand 2, Boeing 737 Heavy. Kolkata to Khajuraho, VFR till Patna, flight level 140. Thereafter, IFR to Khajuraho, flight level 300. Passenger on board 102, security check cleared. Information Bravo. Request startup on priority. Hospital flight. Request startup on priority. Due hospital flight. Due is the word you could use here. ATC will say idly red night 19025 Kolkata ground startup not approved. Startup not approved. Request reason Kolkata correction. Startup not approved. Request reason red night 19025. Red night 19025 Kolkata ground startup not approved due RVR 2000 meters. Startup not approved due RVR 2000 meters due hospital flight. Request startup on priority. Request special VFR. Go to next question. See, even while reading out fast, I made couple of errors, but they were easy. Anybody could make it. We don't make a big deal about it. We use the right words, we use the right techniques and get done with it. The same thing if you write, you could have taken 2 or 3 minutes. If I don't write, the same thing got wrapped up within 50 seconds. So you don't need more time than 3 minutes to solve every call, students. Maybe 4 minutes at max. Let's go to question number 2, obtain departure clearance. Kolkata Tower, IF correction. Kolkata Tower, red night 19025, holding short runway 32. I don't know where this come from, holding short runway 32. Assumption was made, fine, no taxi was given to you. You could have said your stand, or in departure clearance calls, if you don't mention your position, it's fine. Why? Because departure clearance can be taken any time up to the point before you take takeoff clearance. Sometimes you're number 1 and you enter the runway and still you don't have departure clearance. So you take departure clearance and then you take takeoff. Departure clearance, ATC clearance is one and the same thing. See, here using unnecessary things, although you're trying to think in the right direction, using unnecessary things is costing us time. Because we are speaking slow, that is good. But then we have the gaps also when we are speaking. Slow and steady, every 2 words, 2 seconds gap, every 2 words. If you check, just in the first call, you might have used what 20 or 30 words, 40 words. So 22 seconds. So how much are 40 seconds gone in first question only. So if I assume an average for every question, 7 questions, 28, 280, how much? 7 minutes gone just in dead air. 7 minutes gone just in dead air, which we think is not a big issue because we think it's small. Shalo, it might not be that every call is that lengthy and not every call will be you will be getting a reply. Still 3 minutes are going elsewhere. This is why I focus and force you all so much to develop a fluency even with your first calls that you take. Like I have been on the back, Nishant, Hemant, I can recall. Sanya, I can recall the other day we were doing it. Why do you think I'm telling you these things? Why do you think it's important? You can see the impact. Muskan, you are also one of them where I've said you that try to practice on it, like try to be, and you're doing it. I can see that. I'm just telling you the observation, students, that we will not even know we have not performed well, and we'll think, oh, they just are partial, is what we'll feel then. Again, why do I have to mention this again and again? It was mentioned one during startup. ATC clearance calls, 10 on 10, easiest calls. Very good thing you call Kolkata Tower. So a lot of good things are done, but silly errors are done. So it's a equal thing, good equal things, good errors. We don't want to be on the edge. Error less, good things, good. Automatic, you reduce your errors, good things are there, automatic you get out of. But here you have to get 10, because your mistakes are here, you get 5. If you remove the mistakes, you get 10. So again and again, you don't have to mention Kolkata Tower, red night 19025, startup completed, request ATC clearance, request departure clearance. Why startup completed? Because startup was given to you. Next question is this. So try to connect if you want to imagine. Here, if you were thinking, where am I? If you could connect startup completed, you could have said stand 2. Why are we overthinking and going there where we are not there? So ATC will think, no situational awareness here. Because if you had to make a guess, the guess could have been with respect to your startup. And again, this was unnecessary. Okay, good thing, special handling hospital flight on board, request departure. This also was not needed. Because startup on priority is given to you. Everything will be given to you on priority now. So you see, these three things are not needed here. And how many words? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 words. Out of every 2 words. So 20 seconds gone. Extra. Over and above what you have said here. And the call doesn't sound smooth. The call doesn't sound clean. But are you doing anything wrong? No. But what are you doing then? You're not aware of the situation as much as you are required to be. Startup completed. So Kolkata Tower, startup completed. Correction. Kolkata Tower, Red Knight 1925, request ATC clearance. If they ask you for position, say stand to. Kolkata Tower, Red Knight 1925, request departure clearance. That it. Why? Because departure clearance can be taken anytime. Anytime up to takeoff clearance. So here, the actual call is Kolkata Tower, Red Knight 1925, request departure clearance, which you did. Which you did. Why are you doing so much of extra that is not required to be done? Think before giving a call, students. Think. There are certain calls which are very easy, which you cannot change. But amazing readback for your departure clearance. It's just that here you said 1925. You didn't say 19er here. And because this is just a readback call, we had to be careful that you had to say 9er. Now see, nobody does these mistakes, students, on purpose. So don't beat yourself up. Just learn. Just see your area of improvement, acknowledge. Tell your mind, yeah, I'm going to do it. That's all. And when you're saying transmitting question number 2 and all, you're taking too much time there also. Be fast in saying that because you don't have to write it. You don't say transmitting question number 1, transmitting question number 2 in your RT language. No, that is unnecessary. You just have to be careful and you have to know which answer you are giving to them. It's like cross-check. Some instructors require that. Not all examiners require that. They will say mention question number. If you don't say, then you mention. It's not a mistake that you're making. When we do it, we don't do it. We have not mentioned question numbers. So don't waste time there. Just say question number 2 alpha and then mention. Question 2 alpha, mention. Don't have to write it. So here you miss saying question number 2, bravo. Because you are mentioning all questions, if you don't mention this question, now I got confused. Is she giving me question number 2 alpha or is she giving me question number 2 bravo? So don't miss. If you have started giving question numbers, don't miss giving question numbers because you confuse the examiner. But the examiner gave you the benefit of doubt there. Are we all following, students? Or am I just the only one who's interested in doing this?
Affirm, sir, following. Victor Tango, Mike Sierra Lima.
Affirm, Victor Tango, November, India, Sierra.
दो ही लोग पढ़ रहे हैं सिर्फ. Here, I will show you one skill for compliance. The first call in compliance, you'll imagine you are giving the first call after you have become airborne. Like after you have taken takeoff and your flaps are retracted, whatever your limits would be with respect to your aircraft. So here you could say Kolkata Tower, Red Knight 1925, passing 2,500 feet for 4,000 feet, maintaining runway heading runway 32. It gives you additional point that you say that I'm just passing through this level for 4,000. I've not yet reached 4,000. So that is the first step that I've taught you to try and comply with your compliances, clearance compliances. Comply with your clearances. So try to do that. We said climbing to 4,000 feet, runway heading runway 27. Climbing, so you could have mentioned passing this for that instead. So you're thinking in the right direction. I'm just fine-tuning it. I said, Roger, Kolkata Tower. Kolkata Tower, Red Knight 1925, 4,000 feet. Runway turning right to intercept radial Fine. Here, if you want to save time, you don't say to intercept. You say Kolkata Tower, red 91925, 4,000 feet, turning right for radial 34005 DME, outbound Kolkata. Be very specific here. Although it's obvious, you will get extra points when you mention radial DME in all calls. It's one of the instructions given to you in your question paper. Use hypothetical data. Usage of radials and DME distances is recommended. Point number 2. Point number 2. So when you're saying radial DME, although it's the same ATC, mention the VOR also. Outbound Kolkata. You could mention the VOR code I hear. No problem. Outbound Kolkata. So see, a little bit of fine tuning will make your calls perfect. But although it was good, I like this call overall. Kolkata Tower, correction. Red Knight, 19825, radial 340, leaving 4,000 feet for flight level 70. Very good. Roger. Flight level 70, turning left for radial 315. Roger. Go to next question. Because you took a lot of time, we're like, okay. So if we have to calculate question number 2 with 2 sub-questions, approx 8 minutes. How much time do we need to give to 2 questions? 5 minutes. We gave 8 minutes. So 3 minutes extra we gave. We analyzed why. So if we work on to that, 8 or 7, 6.5, 7, touching 8. Yeah, we would have continued to contact, but the instruction was not given to contact approach Likit. ATC would have said if we would have continued the call in the next step. But because time was running out, ATC wanted the student to get more chance to attempt other questions. So until and unless you are asked to go to approach, you will not go to approach. No, irrespective of what is there on the chart. So in the clearance, it was not mentioned, so it's okay. Report reaching flight level 70. That's it. So they have to report that we have reached here, request further instructions or request further climb. Here top of climb could have come if the call would have continued. Here ATC could have asked you to go to approach also, but good thing. Overall, this call you have done good. Just that you said a lot of unnecessary information in the first one. And Niner was missing. Question number 2, Bravo was not said. A little confusion. Rest, it was good. Question number 2 was good. But because I think a little bit of fluency somewhere, but I liked it. Overall, I liked it. It was good. Question number 3, Alpha. You reach Patna with a delay. Now here, we have to be careful. If we are over Patna, then why are we saying we are 3.5 DME inbound Patna? 3.5 DME, 3.5 into 1.8. Approximately what? 65 kilometers. You cannot say you are over Patna with that much of distance. You could have said 0.5 DME inbound or 0.5 DME outbound because you have reached Patna and you're going ahead. So probably if you want to relate with DME, then say 0.5 DME outbound. So here again, situational awareness was missing a lot. If you're over Patna, then how are you 3.5 DME inbound Patna? How can you be in 2 different spaces? 60 kilometers, 35 nautical miles. It's huge. It's huge. An aerodrome zone might not be that big. So here confusion was there. Here examiner would judge us saying that the student has not studied enough. The student has mugged up a few things, not having common sense or situational awareness, which is not the case because I've seen you perform. So why is it happening there on the day of exam is the question then. It should not happen. Say revised estimates. So if you say position report, it was not asked of you to give position report. But good, you mentioned position report. If you're mentioning position report, then you started with the call sign good. 110015 minutes delay. Revised estimates. You could have mentioned that. Students, remember, mention what is there in the question. Why are you calling? Yesterday also I've taught you, the day before yesterday, not yesterday. I've taught you the same thing. So if in earlier call there were any estimates made, then you had to add 15 minutes to your actual time of reaching. Okay. So I don't think we made any estimates here, so no problem there. You can say arrived over Patna with 0015 minutes delay. Cancelling my VFR for IFR. Revised estimates, ETA, then request climb flight level 300. That was really nice, that I liked. At first, I thought you might also be taking transit clearance. But good, you didn't do that because you mentioned 35 DME. I thought, is going to go for transit clearance? So see, you have to mention revised estimates. If there is a delay, and mention have arrived over Patna 0015 minutes behind schedule. 4-digit times. Time. Remember, that's where they are checking. Can you speak time in RT? That's what they're going to check there. Are you situationally aware or not here? Cancelling my VFR for IFR. Request climb to flight level 330. Correction, flight level. Correction, request climb to flight level 300. Revise estimates, and then say Bhiti, etc., etc., etc. So I have to give you this call. Probably I'll take this call like this. Where's the chart? Good point in choosing Patna approach. Very happy to see that. They also show us that Patna has a TMA. So Patna might also have control, they are trying to say us. But you called approach, I like that, because control was not there. In case approach would have not responded, then you could have tried calling Patna approach. Correction, Patna control also by raising the station, because they're mentioning that Patna has a TMA. VEPT TMA is there. And Whiskey 40 above flight level 250, it's Varanasi control. So probably the climb would have been given to you by a Patna, but then top of climb you would have reported to Varanasi, and then Varanasi control would have helped you ahead, which I think you did right. Going ahead, you called Varanasi control. So I was very happy to see that your ATCs are very good. Choosing the right ATC, it's a very good skill to have, you know. So Patna approach, I fly 1925. Arrived over Patna with 0015 minutes delay. Flight level 140. Cancelling my VFR for IFR. Revised estimates, Ibuso 1125. Kolkata, Delhi, FIR boundary 1140. Bhiti 1155. ETA Khajuraho 1215. Top of climb 1120. Request climb to flight level 300. Like this, I could have mentioned there. When I said reached over Patna with 0015 delay, over Patna, mention the time also 1115, or actual time of arrival over Patna 1115. Radial, you could mention 26505 DME outbound Patna, and then say revise estimates, and in the end top of climb, and then request climb to flight level 300. So it takes time. So what do you do when you look at the map, when you look at the chart? The call that I give you verbally is the call you make in your mind, students. When you make it in your mind, you see there are some gaps because you're still thinking and doing it. And you can just make a rough thing there somewhere on your question paper. Some rough work you could do there if you want to, like just something. And then you are ready, cross check your ATC, and then give a live call. So your live call is then perfect. That's what I mean when I say think and write. Why do you have to think? You don't have to go back to memory. You have to look at the chart and then think. So overall, good job. I was very happy. You just didn't mention this. Your DME, although hypothetical, so it can be excused. No big deal. Canceling my VFR for IFR, changing to request. Fine. Top of climb you could have mentioned. But otherwise, overall, a very good call. Not perfect, but good. Here you took only 2 minutes to finish this call. So you're trying to match up or cover up the time spent. Very good. See, 2 minutes, sub question, 2 minutes is all that it takes, students. If ATC would have replied, then it would have got to 2.5 to 3. Question number 3. I liked your FIR report. Very good in notifying FIR report. You didn't give your estimates. And every time you give estimates, we needed revised estimates because the connection is there with a delay before. So you missed revised. You didn't say revised, but here there's not a case because you didn't say estimates at all over here. So I don't know why, but students in all calls, in all reports, I need your estimates and ETM. But everything else was good otherwise. So good job. So question number 3, Alpha and Bravo, overall well done. So that's what I was talking about. Like even compliance was good, although the fluency and the sound of it is not at par, because I think it's like gaps in between the sentence that we are constructing. And I won't say the gap is too long, it's just that the gap is consistent. It's a short gap, but it comes every after two words. Although it's not a big issue, but now that we are talking about area of improvement, I have to share this with you. Because if nothing more, it will show you that make shorter calls and it will save time also. Question number 4, Alpha, I like pan. Here, urgency was missing in the sound of the call. You're mentioning position first, it's not required. First mention the situation, engine failure, because we are going slow, because we have gaps, the element of urgency is missing. Pan. Varanasi control, red knight 1925, experiencing number 2 engine failure, unable to start engine, position 55 DME inbound Khajuraho, Whiskey 33, flight level 300, request emergency landing at Khajuraho, aircraft Boeing 737, heavy, passenger on board 180, request instructions to set course and immediate descent for Khajuraho, request emergency medical services and firefighting services on standby, request expeditious handling, hospital flight. But you already have urgency, so you will get expeditious handling, but you have got an icing on the cake when you say this. So it should be in your mind because it's urgency, so a standard pattern should be registered in our mind. The call should be easy. That's why I say urgency distress calls are the easiest to score, students. Easiest calls to score the maximum marks. Now you have done the same thing in the call. Pan, Varanasi control, red knight 1925, 55 DME inbound Khajuraho. This is where we needed to know the situation. Experiencing number 2 engine failure, position 55 DME inbound Khajuraho, flight level radial DME route will come there if you want. But first we need intent because it's a urgency situation. So experiencing number 2 engine failure, unable to restart engine, 55 DME inbound Khajuraho, request emergency landing at Khajuraho. So which you did. Don't say would like to do. You say would like to when ATC asks you for your intention without any emergency. It's an emergency. One engine has failed. We don't know why. What if second engine fails? We need to quickly descend as well. I don't say would like to. That is where we see that, okay, something is missing here with the student's preparation. These little things, nothing else, students. So don't say would like to, request emergency landing at Khajuraho and immediate descent, or request instructions to set course to Khajuraho and immediate descent for an emergency landing at Khajuraho. Don't go anywhere else right now. Go to Khajuraho only. We could go to Varanasi also because it's a hospital flight. It's important for you to go to Khajuraho, your destination, because somebody else's life is also dependent upon what you are carrying on board. Maybe it's all passengers are sick. Maybe they are all severe passengers. So good thing you wanted to go to Khajuraho. You tried to mention your route. It was not necessary to mention here, but I give you points. You mentioned it. Aircraft, hospital, emergency on board. Hospital flight, request firefighting services and emergency medical assistance on arrival. Request firefighting services and emergency medical services on arrival, on standby. Write the short codes. It will save you a little more time. It was a good call, not a bad call, but it was not perfect. And you finished the call in less than 2 minutes. Good thing. While finishing the call in less than 2 minutes, you did not make it sound as if you're rushing. So I like that. That's a very good skill. Very good skill. Like it was, I could not have pointed out, I could not have asked you to go to, I could not have asked you to speak slower because you were not speaking fast. That was good. That was really impressive. But after having practiced so much, we are expecting perfection in our calls. Students, every mock I'm pointing it out. Urgency, distress, structure of the call, very important. Call structure, very important. Addressing, condition, intention, additional info. Additional info will have positions and everything else. So please focus on that. I'll give the call again. Pan. Varanasi control, red knight, 1925. Number 2, engine failure, unable to restart engine. Position 55 DME. Inbound Khajuraho, whiskey 33. Request emergency landing at Khajuraho. Request instructions to set course and immediate descent. Aircraft Boeing 737. Heavy, passenger on board 102. Hospital flight. Request priority handling, firefighting services and emergency medical services on arrival. See, I don't have a fixed script. You don't need a fixed script. But what you follow is the structure. What you follow is the urgency. If you compare this call and go back 3-4 minutes and compare the other call that I gave, both calls are similar, but the calls are different. That's the idea that we need in your urgency distress calls. Very good to see that even on such a lengthy paper, you are able to reach question number 4. Bravo. I think you could easily have solved the paper because you have the skills, you have the knowledge. There is nothing in the call that you forgot. There is nothing in the paper that you did wrong. It's just the way that it is done, the way that we are learning in RT, which is crystal clear communication, call signs, readbacks, structuring. And I think it is just a touch-up, nothing else. It's just like if you were a master chef, you have cooked perfectly. It's just you have to, what do we call it? Presentation. And if your presentation is not good, still if your dish is good, you see people can win the contest. So that is a good thing. Here the presentation is not perfect, but the dish is very good. It's like best. If a presentation is also great, then you are like number 1 there. So that's what we are talking about here. RT teaches you how to present your communication or information in the best possible way. So good thing to see, you have not done technically anything wrong. Language wise, we could say here and there what we need to fix. Question number 4, bravo. 05 nautical miles from runway 32 on long finals. Simply say long finals runway 32, experience downdraft, climbing 300 feet, single engine failure, initiating missed approach and go around procedure. It was a pan, you could have mentioned pan also in this case, which was missing. Why? Because you still have engine failure. Your engine has not started yet. So that connect also we can keep in our call. Even if not, then it's a simple call. Let's say it's not urgency to be taken in Khajuraho Tower. Red Knight 1925, long finals, runway 32, experiencing downdraft, climbing 300 feet, initiating missed approach and go around procedure, request further instructions. Simple. I did not write anything else because by the time you said runway 32, your timer was over. The examiner just wanted to give you time to finish the call for practice. Otherwise, they would just simply say, give your paper in between only then. That can also happen. A downdraft is something where you experience sudden downdraft because of bad weather, which is instant, about which you were not informed. So approximately an aircraft can lose up to 1,000 feet. Correction, not 1,000. I say again, an aircraft could lose up to 300 feet. So because you are unable to maintain glide slope, something that you added, which I liked, good touch there. It was not needed actually, because no such reference was there in the question. Question was pretty simple. But yeah, I just wanted to check your call there once. It is a long call. We don't need such a long call. Khajuraho Tower, Red Knight 1925, long finals runway 32. Correct it, Muskan, as I'm talking about it. Khajuraho Tower, Red Knight 1925, long finals runway 32. Experiencing downdraft, climbing 300 feet, initiating missed approach and go around procedure. Request further instructions. Send me a corrected one of this. There are some calls where you might be compelled to make a lengthy call, and there it makes sense. You get full points to do that. There are times when you have to do it, but there are only few times where you have to do that. Are we all following, students?
Affirm Victor Tango Papa Romeo Tango.
Affirm Victor Tango Romeo Alpha November.
Affirm Victor Tango Hotel Eco Mike.
Affirm Victor Tango November India Hotel.
Affirm Victor Tango Yankee Zulu.
Affirm mat bolo sirf, please. It doesn't make sense. कितनी देर से कुछ बोल नहीं रहे हो आप? आधे घंटे से मैं नॉन स्टॉप कुछ बोल रहा हूँ, and बाद में अचानक से सिर्फ affirm बोलोगे, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't give the communication that I'm expecting. इससे अच्छा चुप ही रहो. It's better if you stay quiet then. Understand what it is all about. You need to take ownership. You cannot be a dead class sitting there and just nodding your head and saying yes, 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 because this is not how I am expecting my students to be. And when you don't acknowledge for a long time, and when you acknowledge with just an affirm, it's just like adding a pinch of salt on the wound of expectations, I would say. So, questions? Everybody got the calls? Muskan, how do you feel?
Sir, I think I must avoid, which I did, like so many unnecessary things I added. So I'll keep that in mind. The paper was lengthy, sir, actually.
उसको और लेंथी बना दिया आपने. आप कुछ गलत नहीं कर रहे हो. You're not doing anything wrong. You just need to know when to add what elements and when not to add what elements, students. That's it. That's the final thing. And you have to go with your instincts. Muskan, how much did you go with your instincts and how much did you do extra thinking what you are doing is less?
Sir, I follow my instinct. And sir, in question number 3 alpha, I first wrote 05 DME only, but then if you check my log, so I corrected that in 3.5. So I thought I made a huge mistake over there.
So there your instinct was right.
Affirm, sir.
Students, if you have followed the training correctly, if you think you have attended all the lectures correctly, then go with your instincts. Because when you go with your instincts and you cross-check, you will know your mistake. That's it. So I've given you fail-proof steps to be done. All right. What else, Muskan? Carry on.
Negative, sir.
So how do you feel? Is your confidence increased, decreased, the same?
The same only, sir.
Good. The same means it's good, right? Very good. Overall, I'm happy to see your performance. And I'm glad that we could observe whatever areas of improvement we have right here so that we can avoid doing that in our real exam. What do you think?
Affirm, sir.
Overall, Carry on.
I'll rectify my mistake.
अभी कर लो, आज ही कर लो बस.
Affirm, sir.
So students, if you have any questions, please drop them as a message. And if you want anything, let me know. If you want anything extra, let me know. Prerit and Hemant, we'll do your mock tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll do a mock at 11:00 hours. Back to back, we'll do your mocks. 1 hour, 1 hour each. So first Prerit will get 1 hour. So 11 to 12 Prerit, we will not be stretching it ahead. And then probably half an hour break, and 12:30 to 1:30 will be Hemant's mock. So that's the schedule for now. Please focus on today's mock, experience your takeaways and prepare. And while preparing, if you come across any questions or doubts, drop me your doubts and we'll discuss them in real time. But I don't want Prerit and Hemant to make any such mistakes. Muskan, for you, your choice whether you want to attend lectures or not ahead, or you want to just go ahead with your preparation. And if you have anything that you need, you just let me know and we'll try to arrange for that. If you need my verdict, then I think, Muskan, if you're careful about what happened today, then nobody can give you less than 80, 85 on your part 1 in the exam day. So hats off to you. You have done a lot. And whatever you have done extra. Apart from 2-3 errors about call sign niner, extra is good. When I see a student do extra, I know the student's going to clear the exam. But you have to make sure you're consciously having that in your mind so that you don't redo these errors at least. New errors we can understand can happen. But I don't think there are any more errors that are left to be done because technically your answers are accurate. Your memory is sharp. You just use RT and your memory and you're good to go. So memory is there, RT is there. The bridge between the two, you could see extra bricks are there. You just remove those bricks and structuring of the bricks little here and there. You restructure. You are ready. All you have to do is just restructure things and remove the excess and your bridge is ready. Your bridge from a student to an RT holder. A student of RT to a RT holder. Got it?
Affirm, sir. I'll follow the feedback. Victor Tango Mike Cyril.
And if there's anything, let me know. And tomorrow, whether you do a readability check or no, it's okay. Tomorrow is a Saturday. We're going to enjoy the session. And you can wear formals, not that you're wearing. So you can wear casuals, not that you are wearing formals or I can see. But yeah, you can wear casuals and have fun with it. We'll have a fun session and we'll wrap it up soon. 11 sharp. And please don't waste time. ASAP, we will start the paper. So Prerit, number 1. Hemant, number 2. I might change and do 1 and 2 here and there also. So please, both of you all be on time. Others, you are welcome to join and observe. If you have time, students going for Chennai, definitely observe whose mock is not yet done. Instructions clear, everyone? I'll take your leave. Feel free to leave the class when you're free, students. I'll go last.
Thank you, sir, Victor Tango.
Most welcome, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.